Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kamhalo Mutusi. I am a full-time altruist. I help people with anything and everything that's within my capabilities. So today, as promised, we will be revamping our CVs. But before we begin, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to my channel, and a special thank you to my friend Astrid. Thank you, friend, for that tweet. It really helped the channel. Thank you. Let's get into the video. We are revamping our CVs today, and all we are doing, I assume that you have your CV because you watched the previous video. So now we are taking the CV, the information in the CV, we are positioning it in the best way possible. We are editing the CV, we are summarizing it into 1 to 2 pages. We are also choosing a design or structure that best describes who we are. So basically what we are doing today, we are making the CV easy to read. On the previous video, I asked people to watch, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and then they're welcome to send me an email with their CVs to revamp. And after receiving your CVs, I could see a few things, like the mistakes that we spoke about were there. The information that we said was unnecessary, it was there. The information that we said was very, very important, it was missing. So it made things a bit difficult for me to assist, because when information is missing and I can't really write a CV for you, it has to be something that you write yourself. All I can do is to help you structure it the best way possible. So what I did to solve that problem, I designed a CV guide and I sent it to everyone that sent me their CVs to actually look at it and then try to get that information, and then I'll be able to help. I'm happy to help you guys. After you receive the CV guide, please send it back and then I'll be happy to help you with your CV. So today we are doing the tutorial. The tutorial where I'll be taking you guys step by step from personal information all the way to your additional sections. So what I will be doing is I'll screen record everything, and then you'll just see me taking you through the whole process. Yes. Okay guys, now we're about to start with the tutorial. I'll be screen recording everything so that it's easy to follow for you. Let's start with the tutorial. Okay guys, I found this amazing website that we are going to use today for our tutorial. It's going to help us very, very much with the building of our CV. So you come to Google and you type in resumedone. And then look for the one www.resumedone.co, and you click on the Easy Online CV Creator. And you create a new one. So it will give you a variety of templates to choose from. There's 7 templates here. So choose the one that you think best describes who you are. As you can see, there's Sydney. So for me, I'm going to choose this one because it represents me. As I said, if you have your CV ready, this process is just going to be easy. You're going to copy and paste, move on to the next section, just like that. And one thing to note, there's a headline here which shows you where you are in the process, and you'll see also on the side, as you are adding information, you see how your document is taking shape. So let's start with personal information. The name, Kina Moto. So as you can see, it already shows you how the document will come out. As you keep on adding information, it shows you on the side. So put on your address. It's very, very important. The city as well. Okay, for this, I'm just going to use my email that you guys know. Okay, so when it comes to the email, please use a professional looking email. We don't want to use Kamzozo18, your nicknames and numbers. So just make sure that you use a professional looking email. It can be kinnamutuo@gmail.com. Just maybe use your first name and surname. If it's already taken, maybe also consider using your other initial in the middle of your first name and your last name. Just make it look professional. And then now we are done with personal information. We move on to experience. Okay, now we are moving to the experience part. As you can see, they give you tips and suggestions on maybe how you should structure this particular section. So with experience, they suggest that we use bullet points. Fine. You add employment. You start with your job title. Let me go back to the CV. Okay, she started as a cybersecurity analyst. She's currently. Remember, when you're putting in your job, you start with the latest one. So your current position now, and then you go all the way down. So in a reverse chronological order. And then let's say the company was ABC IT. So one thing to note, while you are busy filling information here, it will show you on the side what is happening. So you need to, for example, when you come to this section of describing, see if your bullet points are aligning and adjust accordingly. So she is now there from now, and now she's still working there. So we click on I currently work here. So on the description, you can describe what you're doing right now, or you can describe your duties that were maybe on the job spec. So I'm going to go back to that CV again. I'm only choosing three duties because you don't want to fill your information with a lot of unnecessary skills. So just make sure that you look at the job that you are applying for and look at the job spec. What are the duties and are they aligning with what you are doing currently, where you're working? And then choose the best three. Then once you are done, as you can see, I've been adjusting on the side so that my things are aligned. So here they are. They look presentable. I'm happy with them. I'm going to move on to my past employment. So I add. Okay, so here I realized that the person was trying to emphasize or capitalize on the type of company she was working at before 2018. But you don't want to confuse your recruiters. So follow the reverse chronological order. Whether the other company was more superior than the other, always go according to the years. So here she listed this company, ABC, before the MOP. But now we are going to list the MOP first because that's the one that came just before 2020. Okay. Okay, as technical support. So it was at MOP company all the way from 2017 August to 2017 May. 2018 doesn't make sense. So when it comes to describing your duties, remember this is something that you did in the past. So you want to make sure that you write in the past tense. As we were doing the current one, we were writing in the present tense. So now it's in the past. Okay. So one thing to note, the first section, I said that the bullet points, as you can see, when I started adding the new job, the previous job, now the bullets are not the same. So you want to come here and delete and make sure that everything is aligned and looks presentable. As I said, maybe you are describing, we say tested, okay, tested instead of testing, and then fixed instead of that. And then we're just changing tenses. So just make sure you're speaking in past tense because it's something that happened in the past. So now we are moving to the education side. It's also giving you suggestions and tips, and you click. All right. So when it comes to education, make sure that also you follow the same rule. You start with your latest, meaning let's say for example you have an honors degree, make sure that you start with your honors degree and then your undergrad and then you do your high school. So in her case, she was at TUT. And then because this is an American website, you won't find like how we describe our degrees. So just click on enter your own degree. Then you say, okay, let me just say diploma in information technology. So as you can see, that's how it appears. Instead of browsing through and using American terms, she completed in 2008 TETs in Pretoria. So here you would rather list your majors. Okay? List your majors. I added this because it didn't come with the CV. The reason why you are including your majors is so your employer can see what areas of strengths do you have. I might have done become accounting at UJ, and then we did economics mixed with accounting, and then maybe you did it in Pretoria, and then it's now on the risk side. So you want to make sure you let them know, okay, at UJ become accounting, it entailed this and that, so they know what you did. And the other thing is to list your GPA. Let's say it was 3.5. Then you come to high school. Let's say it was first. Also, when you come here, you want to make sure you click your own degree. So it's National Senior Certificate. When did she finish? Just say it was 2005 in Polokwane. When it comes to your high school, you want to make sure that you list your subjects, the major ones maybe. Still the same thing, you fix your bullets because you want everything to align on your document. Okay, we are done with the education section. Now we are moving to skills. When it comes to skills, remember there's technical skills, there is also soft skills. So make sure that you list maybe technical skills, because obviously when you were describing who you are, you've maybe stated that you're motivated, you're disciplined, and those are the soft skills. So make sure you list your technical skills, and when you are listing your skills as well, the level of your expertise, you choose it here. They have different levels ranging from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you are letting your employer know how skilled are you with that skill. So in her case, she didn't indicate, but it's very important to indicate so that they know how skilled are you. Let's say it's expert. You add them one by one just like that, because each and every skill will have a different level of proficiency. Okay, so as you can see, it also shows you how the graphs are looking and the level of proficiency as well. So for me, it doesn't look presentable like this. Maybe this one should come before this. Or are they in the same level? Okay. Okay, yeah. And then you move to summary. Summary, this is about yourself. You tell your employer about yourself. What are your goals for the company? What are you going to add? Why should they hire you? What are you looking for? Also, you can type in, for example, finance. You can type in finance intern, and then you look for, okay, the one that best describes you. But I would advise you to write it yourself, because then now it means it's not true if you're just going to copy and paste it. But if you choose to do that, edit where you have to. For example, on here you would edit on the job title, and then you put in finance intern, or what you did previously. So here I'm going to go with what she gave me, and then it will obviously highlight to you where you have errors. So the best thing is that you just come here and you fix and you move on. So after you are done, you're not really done because it looks empty here. So you just want to see what is it that you can add to this information, but we are quite happy it's taking shape. So the additional blocks are here. You can add in languages. She speaks English. And vendor. Okay, so as you can see, the graph is showing how well you speak these languages. So if you want to hide the language level, you just do this, click on the hide language level, and then it will just disappear. But if you want it to appear so they know, you just show it. And let me move it up. And then it looks like that. We go down again to add anything that we think is important. Internship. When it comes to internships, I'm still going back to the CV. All right. I think I saw it somewhere. Okay, someone asked in the comment section from the previous video, asking about what about let's say, for example, you go for not an internship, but rather it's called InServe. I believe that if you acquired any skill that is relevant to what you are doing, it is worth listing as a job experience, especially when you are a current graduate. So just take advantage of that and put it as experience, because I know most of the InServe, you go for like 6 months or even more, or even a year. So you can list it as experience, and because you acquired a relevant skill that is relevant to the job that you'll be doing throughout. So it's very, very important to list it as well, and especially if you don't have any work experience at all. Okay. Okay, let me delete this because it's empty. So this is how it will end up looking. We are not done. There are things we spoke on the last video about including social media accounts. So let's say now we are going to first put in LinkedIn. I'm just going to make up a link. It doesn't exist. Possibly the person has a YouTube channel where they're doing IT things, teaching people, offering tutorials here and there. It's worth mentioning as well. Maybe they have a website. They have a website as well. Okay. And then now we want to add a picture. Someone also asked if we should include a picture or not, and my answer is it's up to you. It's completely up to you. But please remember, if you choose to include your picture, make sure that it's a professional picture and it is not a selfie. Make sure that it is a professional picture. It is not a selfie. Ask someone to take it for you. It doesn't have to be a professional photographer or anything like that. And also make sure you take it in the background that is blank, like a plain background, no distractions or people in the background, just your headshot and the colors that you'll be wearing as well. Make sure it's neutral colors that you will be wearing. Make sure it is neutral colors that are not disturbing. I remember in the last video someone said, please, you should consider wearing something neutral because yellow is just look at me. And I listened. So you guys, please listen to me as well. I listened to that person that was criticizing everything that I was doing. So yes, you come here, you add your professional headshot. As you can see, there's nothing in the background here. She's facing straight. It's not like an ID photo. At least she's smiling. Smile, and the colors as well are, it's nice professional colors like black, white, gray, a bit of soft pink and blue. Okay, I think it's fine. So it appears there. So the other thing that maybe you might consider, especially when it comes to including a picture, is that immediately when you add a picture to your document, your overall document size will change. So look at the restrictions of the job that you are applying for. On the applications, they specify, a lot of the times they specify, okay, if they need your picture, they will say, and if they don't, they will not say, or they won't say anything at all. So just make sure that when you put your picture there, check the size of the document, and if it's big, try to compress it to the required size all the time. Try to compress it so that your CV doesn't bounce back. And I've seen in a lot of, if you're applying to, let's say for example, you're applying for F&B, F&B will tell you that your document should be 2 megabytes. So just make sure you check first. You might have to remove it. You might have to remove the picture and instead just put your initials there, which is nothing wrong. And references. References. On the last video, we said that you can include them, you can choose to exclude them, but stop saying references are available upon request. Try to it's either you're including them or you are not including them at all. So don't say references are available upon request. So she gave me references. Okay, so that's your CV and how it's looking. Maybe you're not done. If you want to add more things, you can. As you can see, okay, there's a course that he did. We can, I mean, she did. We can add that as well. And if, for example, if you feel like your personal information is lacking something, for example, they'll give you an option of nationality and South African, because most, okay, not most, some of the job applications or job opportunities, they'll say that open only to South Africans. So it's very important to indicate that you are a South African. Um, uh, Visa, we're not going to put anything. If you were a person that comes from any other country other than South Africa, you would put in here, let's say, for example, you are a Zimbabwean, and then a visa status, you would specify if it's approved and what kind of a visa is it. Is it you coming here to study or you coming here for work? So yeah, I think that's our CV. However, the information is just all over the place. So if you want to make sure that you have it in the right order or in the order that you like, you just use these windows. For example, if I wanted to move this to the other side, so this is how it would look. And maybe my personal information is just way too down there. I would force it up, waste personal information, and then it will show me as it goes. Okay, this now looks a bit logical. And also this one, languages, I think it must come before my socials and all of that. So you just play around with these windows and put the information in the way that you want it to look. And the other thing to note is that you get options to change your color if you want. However, I think black is more professional and blue. However, any color that you like, you can choose it. And the other thing is, if you no longer like this template, you can come here and change it. You can come here and change. You don't have to add things from the beginning, like when you started. This one looks nice. You can actually change the colors on the side. You see, so it's just a matter of choosing the design that you like and your favorite color, I guess, or the color that you think is more professional, and just make sure that your information is positioned in the way that you think the recruiter will be able to read easily. Remember, when I began with this tutorial, I said that the main point of today is to make our CV a bit is to make our CV easy to read. So it's very, very important for you to actually consider that when you're choosing colors. Is this color easy to read? Is it not distracting? Is it professional? So also the template that you're going to choose, does it represent who you are? And I think the templates that best suit, let's say, people that are like graphic designers or are into design, and there are templates that are more appropriate for other professions. So just make sure that before you do anything, before you can save, look for the mistakes that might be there. I want that one back. I can just see that this is an inconsistency. I need to change it. And also, this also doesn't look right. Also, maybe this is empty. I need to add in that third work experience that I left out. And then I think the rest is fine. But if you want to add things and if you want to shift things, for example, if you want to shift this to the side, you can always do that. It will just adjust. But just make sure that information is easily spread out and easy to read so that they don't lose interest when they are looking at your CV. Okay. I also want my skills to be on the side. All right. So I think this looks a bit better. And maybe they should go up and skills should go up as well. Yeah, I think this looks better, but I don't like this. Let me take this one down. Okay, this looks better. Let me change that. And also I wrote vendor instead of chi vendor. How do I edit? Okay, I think it looks perfect. And if you're happy with your CV and how it looks, you simply come to the end of this. And then before you download, it shows you what's there. But I feel like this is empty. This is how it looks. Of course, with real information, it will look a bit fuller. And then you're done. You just press download and you put on your email address, and then you receive your complete CV that side. So one thing to remember, you can't have just one CV. Make sure that it's a CV that you can always edit and be able to adjust it and make amendments here and there per job application, because each and every job that you're going to apply to will require you to actually take time out and tailor your CV accordingly. So I think this is the end of the video. We are done. I am happy with how it looks. It's just this part where I should have just added another employment. Okay guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope the tutorial was easy to follow. I just want you to remember a few things. If you choose to include a picture on your CV, remember that immediately when you put on your picture there, it's going to change the overall size of the document. So you want to make sure that you compress it to at least 2 megabytes, and then also make sure that you take a portrait, not a selfie, like a picture that is professional looking. Also, what you are wearing is very important. The colors must not be contradicting with everything that's going on. Just try to stick to neutral colors as well. And then the other thing that I want you to take note of, especially when you are sending your CV, read carefully the job spec or the job document that they give you. read. They'll give you an instruction to say when you are applying, this is how you should apply. Usually they will give you a subject line. So when they give you that subject line, don't just overlook it, because they want you to be specific to what you're applying for. It might be a post that is just to all fields, and then they want you to specify for which category are you applying for. So take note of that. If they say that if you're a finance graduate, say finance graduate position, please put finance graduate position there, so that they don't just overlook your CV, or just your CV just disappears in the system. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. I'll see you in my next upload.